I love these summer days where you have like these, summer rains, even though we don't have like fully summer, but it's kind of like 20 degrees in Berlin finally. And behind me you see that the art cave is filling itself step by step. So I have a ton of stuff in here, like just seeing that on the camera. Like the black bazooka there in the back is actually some sort of curtain mechanic I have to build at the time yet, but I need to do before it gets super hot. And it's gonna get super hot by next week. Otherwise I'm gonna be cooked in here like a potato. Besides that, I'm filming with my new favorite toy, I want to say, which is a DJI Pocket 4 with face tracking, which is not only very nice because it's kind of like face tracking, but before that I was always filming with my camera, my 4K camera, my Sony Alpha 7. Problem is with the Sony Alpha, it's like super heavy. And that made things always a bit exhausting when you're kind of like holding it for a long time. Also, when I go on events and do filming, it's also like a super heavy camera. And this thing here has a gimbal, so it is kind of like moving, and it makes the whole camera movement like super smooth, which is so cool. And I see myself the whole time. So I can see myself filming, which is nice. With the other camera, it was always a bit unsure, like how's the frame, how's the angle and all that. So I just really enjoy the rain. So there are a few things, few new things on the list. So there is still one vlog video, which is basically done. I just have to add some music and have to load it up. It is actually still a little bit of old content which I filmed when I moved in here, but I still want to publish it because I just haven't had the time to. And also the whole work would be redundant if I wouldn't publish it. And I have nothing to lose, to be honest. I definitely will be at THU 2026 this year in Portugal. So if any of you go to THU, don't be shy, just say hi, come by. I know it from the past that sometimes at the THU event, people would text me after the event and say like, yeah, they were too shy to talk to me. Just come over and say hi. There's nothing that you can lose by saying hi. I won't bite, I promise. Right now I'm also working on a sponsored video for a company called Toolbox. They make these. So this here being in the vlog is actually not part of my sponsoring. I'm just showing you guys this here as a special footage. Tricky because I get a ton of emails. I get a ton of sponsorship acquisition requests. Either way, it's a scam. It's something which is completely unrelated to my content, my channel. Like security cameras. I don't know why people bothering me with security cameras. Sometimes there's something which comes through. So I just knew what they would do, and I kind of like knew what this is. But in terms of technical standpoint and the touching and using of this, I was super positive surprised. And I also want to tell you why. Because I'm a computer person, right? So I work with a keyboard and my Wacom pen, right? So I use my keyboard all the time and I draw like this because I need something on my left hand. Now, when I use the iPad, I don't have a problem with doing this, you know, like doing these zoom in, zoom out thingies. Cool, fine, I don't mind. But it feels so slow. I basically have like selecting brushes on one button, or switching to eraser. So by clicking, I can just put me another layer quickly. Oh, you know what, let me open up a new file because I was testing a lot of stuff. And that's also part of it. That's something that I learned is whenever I get these requests, I would break my head about the ideas. But luckily, I have good friends, and Fatih, who's also my editor, once he just said, when we were kind of like talking about the ideas, he was just saying like, why don't you just start testing it and look what could be a nice video idea. And that's always how it worked. So yeah, so basically I'm testing it, and I started testing it and I started to really like, oh, okay, cool, I can actually draw. I can also do like, you see like what I just did with the 2 fingers is actually something which I'm still doing sometimes, but now I have undo and redo also here on these buttons. I also bought myself these tips here. I don't know if that's visible. It's kind of like a less fraction tip for the Apple Pen. Plus I also have a paper-like foil, so it feels less like drawing on glass. So I would say the only thing that still is kind of like sometimes the certain brushes, I'm still looking for a nice drawing brush. Like a drawing brush that feels like a high-tech palette C. That is kind of like what I wanted to do. But also like, this is nice. I can scale up my brushes, like just these by pressing one button, and I don't have to hover my right hand or left hand. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of like new. So I'm basically preparing right now one short video, and then I'm gonna also do a longer video, YouTube video, and also another short with them. That's kind of like what's on my list right now. And from a business standpoint, having these in there is good from time to time, because yeah, like it's just, if you have the time and if, like it's still work, right? But it's kind of like adds up with everything that comes in money-wise. So it's really not that bad to have, if you ask me. Yeah, and other than that, like, again, I'm working on the other project, pushing also, like working on the book, that the book gets done. I'm also drawing more, we're doing more live streams and stuff, which is, yeah, which I kind of like get used to it, got a bit better with it. And I also like that more and more people are coming to the live streams, which is really cool, like having more interaction with everyone. Yeah, I'm basically, when it comes to an artistic standpoint, I'm still testing a lot of stuff. Like yesterday, for example, I mixed watercolor with Copic and gouache and ink, brush pen as well, like utilizing colors. Trying to get things in, but still nothing beats pen on paper, right? Still, pen on paper is kind of like the thing for me. But now I have to work here and there in between some days with the iPad. And what I didn't know, because I haven't tested it that far, is that I can literally just take a photo with my iPad of my pages that I drew with ink, and it literally has a scanning mechanism, the same as Adobe Scan, for example. And it comes in perfectly flat, which is amazing. And then I easily can import it. I can show you actually one I tested. So this is one of the drawings, which I already put into the iPad, and then I tried to paint it. I know this thing is going to track my face. I don't know if you guys can see this right now. Yeah, so let me hold it here. Otherwise the tracking is not working. Does it work? Yeah. So basically here trying to paint my drawing, so to speak, in Photoshop, which is kind of odd in a way, because I don't know, I like the look, I like the traditional look of my lines, and I want to keep that in. When it comes to the rendering in digital, I would like to not, because the rendering in Photoshop has this digital look, you know? I also thought maybe painting with watercolor, then scanning it, and then painting over it maybe. Could be also really nice. But this is something I always am super curious about, is like just trying different methods and trying to elevate the things that I know and the things I don't know, which I think is also a really important thing to do as an artist. The folder is filling itself. So the new folder with all the drawings in it, it's already that big, already that thick. So it's already the second folder. Ah, yeah, that's the one I just showed you on the iPad. And yeah, it's almost full, which is pretty crazy to think of. that I'm also got so much faster. Like I feel like that was one of my learnings, or like things that I realized is not only the quality stayed consistent now, so the quality, because sometimes it was kind of like that I would draw something and it wouldn't be that good as I wanted it, because I don't use pencil in most cases. But now I got so more, it's like multiplying the outcome. That's really, really cool, really nice. And I also bought some new books, by the way. Since this is a vlog, I always feel like, yeah, this video has to be short and I have to cut everything down, but no, I can do whatever I want. So I bought also some new books. This is the Inkle. I always wanted to have this, and I also went to a local comic book store. I could have bought this online. I like it to buy it somewhere where I feel I support the place, and I want that this comic book store, which is called Grober Unfug, I want them to stay. So that's why I go there and buy the books there, you know. And I don't care if I spend more money there, because it's, I mean, what do I pay more? Like 5% more, 10% more. So yeah, I'd rather support them. I don't know if you can see the food hall there in the back. Like I feel like this room here becomes more and more really kind of like a man cave in a way. Like there's like rice and bars and coffee, and I have also a lot of chicken in the fridge and everything. So it's kind of funny though how this like becomes more and more like a real living room here. The only thing is, like, I want to say that the comic didn't progress so far right now. I also had the thought that maybe if this process with the iPad gets kind of fluid, then maybe I can also combine that, you know? So drawing it traditionally, scanning it on the iPad, and then maybe finalizing it on the iPad. Because right now I still have a problem with figuring out what is the final look of the comic. I could just draw it with ink and just leave it like this, but I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. I want it all, I guess. I just want everything. That's it for now. Bye.